What's up everyone, it's Joe here at the Leeds Academy and thanks a lot for watching this lesson. And today I want to talk to you about a very simple concept. It's just combinations of subdivisions. In this case, I want to apply this concept to drum fills. What my students often ask me is how can they improve their drum fill phrasing? And one simple way of doing that is just combinations of subdivisions. For example, if you combine 16th notes with 8th note triplets, or 16th notes and 16th note triplets, something like that. So you see how this goes. You just combine subdivisions. For that, it's very important that you are very aware of the pulse. It's very easy to mess up the tempo and kind of get lost within the pulse, and then when you want to get out of the fill, you don't know where the one is anymore. That's a big no-no. If you want to create your own cool drum fills, you gotta make sure you can play them along the click. Okay, so that being said, let's assume that you are comfortable with 16th notes and 8th note triplets with a metronome. Okay, let's just assume that. If you're not, go practice it. But if you are, one thing that you can do is play half of your fill as 16th notes and the other half as 8th note triplets. In other words, beats 1 and 2 will be 16th notes, so 1 E and a 2 E and beats 3 and 4 will be triplets, 3 and a 4 and a. All together, you're gonna count it like this: 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. Alright? So, and then in terms of orchestrations, it's only up to you. I'm gonna play just the 16th notes, 8th note triplet combination on the snare only against the metronome, so you see how it sounds, the transition from the first two beats to the 3 and 4. Let's check it out. Cool, so you nailed those 16th notes and the 8th note triplet just on the snare. Now it's time to move it around the drums. For that, I'm just going to suggest an idea. I don't want you guys to get stuck on this idea. Create your own ideas, because the concept is just 16th notes, 8th note triplets. In this case, that's what we're focusing on. So for this drum fill specifically, I'm going to play the first beat, the first 4 16th notes on the snare. Nice and easy. Then the second beat, I'm going to play the first 2 16th notes on the first tom and the third and fourth 16th note on the second tom. So that's going to be 2 E, first tom, and a second tom. Then I'm going to go down to the floor tom, and now we are playing 8th note triplets. So beat 3 is going to be on the floor tom, 3 and a. And then I come back to the snare with my left starting, because it's triplets, the lead is going to change now, so it's actually relatively comfortable to move to the left, and we're going to play 4 and a, left, right, left, and then boom, crash, and we go back to the groove. So let's check that out. Cool, so that's an idea in terms of orchestration. Next step is of course to be able to go in and out of the fill. So we're gonna play this with a groove. I'm gonna play 3 bars of groove, 1 bar of that fill, 3 bars of groove, 1 bar of that fill, and so on, so on, so on. That's a 4-bar structure. It works musically, so give it a shot straight off the bat to actually play in some sort of musical form. And I'm gonna play these at 2 different tempos, 70 and then 120. Alright, so as always, the next step has to be to apply these musically. So I'm gonna play along the track as I always do, so that's the musical application phase. I'm gonna try to also explore other variations, still using the first 2 beats as 16th notes and the last 2 beats as 8th note triplets. I hope you guys enjoyed the lesson, and I'll see you guys on the next video.